Chickahominy Reservoir went dry in 2022. Just 2 years later, anglers are catching trout up to 20 inches long.
So they restocked it, I think it was March of last year, March of 23. And so, yeah, we were seeing 14, 15-inch fish last fall. And I know on good years, I've heard that they will grow up to 8 inches a year, but that was within a relatively short growth period from March to November. So we all said, we'll have 20-inch fish in here by this fall of 24. Well, there's already been 20-inch fish caught out of here this year.
Chickahominy will never win a beauty contest. Other than some scraggly junipers, there's no trees in this part of Harney County, no snow-capped mountains, just high desert scrubland for as far as the eye can see. But appearances are deceiving. Underwater, Chickahominy is a fish factory.
One thing that's kind of interesting about this reservoir, and probably other reservoirs in the area, are the fairy shrimp that are present there. These shrimp are adapted to living in harsh conditions where, reservoirs or lakes dry up, and then they can rebound after that kind of event. They have a dormant cyst that it's kind of like an egg that they lay, and that cyst can actually remain viable for up to 100 years or longer. So yeah, these fairy shrimp kind of help this fishery rebound, and they were probably an important food source for those fingerlings and those legal-sized fish that we stocked last spring.
Ron Wassum, owner of the Kiger Creek Fly Shop, fishes around the edges, along weed lines and rocky points in shallow water, only a foot or two deep.
If somebody comes out to go fishing here, what do you recommend they bring as far as flies and...
Again, pretty simple. Start with leech patterns, so woolly buggers, and even the first fly you tie, the woolly worm, can be very effective out here. Freshwater shrimp, scud patterns, then pheasant tails. Again, it's kind of those simple nymphs patterns we use everywhere. Beadhead, hare's ears, the pheasant tails, and then a lot of darker streamer patterns.
The day we visited, Callibatus mayflies were hatching. Another testament to this reservoir's ability to rebound from being dry just 2 years prior.
It's been interesting how it's progressed. Last summer, people would check in with us and ask us how it was, and we kind of go, well, we don't know, we just stocked it. There's going to be some fish out there. They're not going to be big yet, but go fishing if you'd like and see how it is. And we'd hear back from people throughout the summer. Oh, it wasn't too bad. We caught some nice fish. And once word got out that there were some larger fish out there this spring, I think people really started to get after it, and everybody seems to be catching fish, and word is out, so people are taking advantage of it.
This is one of those lakes that when you're here and it's happening, it could be incredible out here.
Fred and I came out this spring, and it was crazy. We figured in our first 20 casts, we landed 12 to 14 fish and had 3 or 4 other strikes or lost fish. I think we only had 2 or 3 casts that didn't have a fish, but yeah, and it was on.
Wassum says his personal best trout from Chickahominy was 22.5 inches long. He saw it rising, cast to it, hooked it, and then ran down the shoreline through the sagebrush in order to land it.
We're kind of lucky on the east side of the state. We have typically less angling pressure, and we're able to have fisheries that allow for holdover fish. So we'll stock fingerling rainbow trout here and do kind of a put, grow, and take fishery, where a lot of reservoirs where there's more fishing pressure, they'll operate those on kind of a put and take fishery. So they're expecting the fish that they stock to get caught relatively quickly, where our reservoirs, we can put them at a small size and let them grow, and they're available as holdovers the following year.
In the boom and bust cycles of high desert fishing holes, Chickahominy is on the rise.
You can walk along the edges, especially in the evenings. And there have been years that I've come out just for the last 45 minutes or so in the evening to fish if it's glassy. And I'll set off a point and use binoculars to see where the fish seem to be working, and then just walk the shoreline and cast a rising fish.
From Chickahominy Reservoir in Harney County, I'm Brooks Snavely for The Great Outdoors.